Imagine entering the world in one of the harshest environments on Earth, the Arctic Ocean. 1 second, you're safely inside your mother, and the next, you're plunged into freezing water surrounded by thick slabs of drifting ice. There's no warm welcome here. Your very first moment is a race for survival. You're barely seconds old, and your very first task is simple but terrifying. Swim upward before your lungs give out. The surface is about 20 feet above you, and because you've never breathed air before, your body is already screaming for oxygen, but you're not alone. Your mother stays right beside you, guiding you upward with gentle nudges. She knows exactly what to do. She's done this before. When you finally break the surface, the shock of Arctic air burning into your new lungs is overwhelming. But it also means you made it. You took your very first breath. Back underwater, your next instinct kicks in. Hunger. You press against your mother, searching for her milk. And when you find it, it's unlike anything you'll ever taste again. Thick, creamy, and packed with enough fat to help you survive the icy world you've just been thrown into. That milk will help you grow layers of blubber, your personal heating system for life in the Arctic. But even feeding isn't peaceful. Every few minutes, you and your mom have to stop and swim toward another breathing hole. The ice above you is constantly shifting, freezing, and closing up. If your mother doesn't keep finding fresh openings, you could both get trapped beneath the ice. When the ice gets too thick, she uses her long spiral tusk like a tool, stabbing upward and cracking the frozen ceiling. She creates breathing holes the way other animals create shelter with skill, strength, and instinct. While you're drinking and resting, your eyes slowly adjust to the strange underwater universe. Beams of light, drifting shadows, shapes that move in the distance. And one of those shapes suddenly glides closer. It's huge, it's fast, and it's not friendly. A killer whale, even as a newborn calf. Something deep inside you understands that this creature means danger. The orca dwarfs your mother, 3 times bigger, faster, stronger, and designed to hunt mammals just like you. Your heart races as the massive shadow circles closer. Your mom reacts instantly. She puts herself between you and the predator, her long tusk pointed straight at it. She looks brave, but you both know the truth. She's no match for an orca. If the killer whale is hungry, it could end both of your lives in seconds. But today, luck tilts in your favor. The orca seems uninterested, maybe already full from another hunt. It turns, glides into the deep, and disappears. You've just survived your first real threat, and you're only a few minutes old. Soon after, the rest of your pod arrives. They surround you and your mother, clicking and whistling in their unique Narwhal language. They're checking on you, greeting you, welcoming you into the family, a pod that will guide and protect you during your fragile first years. The next 20 months of your life are simple but essential. You stay close to your mother, you drink her nutrient-rich milk, and you start learning the skills you'll need for a lifetime in this hostile world. Each day teaches you something new: how to navigate shifting ice, how to follow the sounds of the pod, how to use your senses to stay alive. But eventually, the time comes when you're no longer a baby. You've grown thick with blubber, strong enough to withstand the freezing water, and confident enough to start your real education, learning how to dive deep. And deep doesn't mean a few meters. Narwhals are among the greatest divers on Earth. Adults regularly plunge thousands of feet into black, freezing water where no sunlight reaches. Down there, in total darkness, they hunt fish and squid. Your first attempts are not impressive. The adults disappear for 20, 25, even 30 minutes at a time. You manage 5 minutes, maybe 6, before racing back to the surface, gasping. But that's how all young narwhals start, dive by dive. You'll eventually become one of the Arctic's expert deep-sea hunters. One skill you need to master early is finding breathing holes. Your mother won't be around forever to break open the ice for you. You must learn how to detect thin ice, sense cracks, and locate openings using sound and echolocation. If you misjudge it, you could end up stuck beneath a solid sheet of ice with no air. Thankfully, nature gives you an edge. As you grow, your echolocation becomes sharper, almost like developing a sixth sense. With clicks and echoes, you begin sensing shapes around you even in total darkness. One day, while diving deeper than you've ever dared, you sense something moving. Not with your eyes, you can hardly see your own fins in the darkness. But with that growing sixth sense, a squid drifts just ahead of you. You lunge toward it, miss completely, try again, miss again. Eventually, after a few awkward attempts, you finally grab your first prey. It's a small victory, but an important one. Around this time, a curious little bump appears on your upper lip. Smooth at first, barely noticeable, but growing slowly and steadily. The older males in your pod notice it immediately. They've been through this. They know what's coming. Your tusk. It starts small, just a tiny tooth pushing forward, but to you it feels like a symbol of becoming an adult. You swim proudly, practicing moves, imagining yourself with a full-length tusk like the older males. But just because you're feeling confident doesn't mean you're ready for trouble. One day, during a solo hunt, you encounter a Greenland shark. It's young like you, but still powerful and armed with razor-sharp teeth. It circles you, curious. You feel fear, and something else, a stubborn desire to prove yourself. You point your small tusk forward, even though it's barely longer than your snout. You probably look ridiculous, but bravery sometimes outweighs logic. The shark lunges. You twist your body just in time. You swipe your tusk and actually scratch its rough skin. It circles back faster this time. A quick snap of its jaw grazes your fin, and a trail of blood clouds the water. The fight intensifies, until a loud series of clicks echo through the dark. An adult narwhal charges in one of your mother's old companions. The shark, deciding this battle isn't worth it, disappears into the deep. You pretend you weren't scared, showing off your tiny tusk like a hero returning from battle. The adult gives you a gentle nudge, a narwhal's way of saying, "Nice try, but don't test your luck." Years pass. Your tusk grows into a majestic spear, nearly 9 feet long. Your body becomes thick, strong, and fast. You join a pod of other males, all sporting impressive tusks of their own. Together, you roam the Arctic, diving deep, hunting successfully, and avoiding predators. But there's one predator that still haunts your memories: the killer whale. Just recently, a member of your pod surfaced for air, and in an instant, an orca struck from below. The narwhal's tusk snapped, the water turned red, and the killer whale vanished with its prey. It's a brutal reminder that in the Arctic, danger is never far away. As spring arrives, the ice begins to crack and drift apart. This signals the beginning of the annual migration toward the breeding grounds, ancient meeting places narwhals have returned to for thousands of years. Male pods and female pods travel for days, sometimes weeks, until they reach wide openings in Baffin Bay, where the ice breaks up early. It's a gathering unlike anything else. Hundreds of narwhals converge, each one ready to display its strength, agility, and confidence. Think of it as the Arctic's biggest dating festival, except everyone has a giant spiraled tusk sticking out of their face. As you approach, you feel the excitement building in your pod. The other males start showing off their moves, spinning, diving, twisting with their tusks gleaming in the cold water. You try a few moves of your own, hoping to look impressive. When you finally enter the breeding grounds, the ocean feels alive with movement. Females glide gracefully around the area, evaluating the males. You spot one who moves with incredible elegance. You try to show off, but in your enthusiasm, you accidentally bump tusks with another male who had the same idea. Great, not the best start. Everywhere you look, males are putting on displays, spirals, flips, deep dives, anything to catch a female's attention. You attempt your best move, a perfect rotating spiral you've been practicing for years. You execute it beautifully. But the female you're trying to impress is too busy admiring a male with a slightly longer tusk. Just when you're ready to give up, something unexpected happens. Another female notices your awkward attempts and seems amused by them. She swims closer. She's interested not in your perfect moves, but in your personality, your persistence, and maybe even your sense of humor. For a few days, you stay close to her. You swim together, you show off your strengths, and eventually, you mate. There's no permanent pairing in narwhal society after the short breeding period. Males and females go their separate ways. She will return to her pod, and perhaps one day, she may raise your offspring. You return to your bachelor pod, and life continues as it always has. Diving deep, traveling far, and navigating a world that's changing year by year. The ice forms later now, melts earlier, and shifts unpredictably. The currents feel different, the water sometimes warmer, but narwhals have lived in the Arctic for millions of years. They have survived changing climates, shifting ice ages, predators, and human exploration. And you, with your long spiraled tusk and your years of experience, continue the ancient pattern of narwhal life, roaming the coldest waters, diving into the deepest darkness, and remaining one of the ocean's most mysterious creatures. Humans still don't fully understand you. They study you, tag you, follow you, and still can't unlock all your secrets. And if you could speak to them, you'd probably say, "Good. Some mysteries are meant to stay wild."